Hi, this is Gopinath and my project is IP trackback algorithm for low-rate DDoS attack detection. In this, we are going to detect the early attacks and also track the attacker. First, what is an DOS? DOS stands for denial of service. In this, the attacker attack the networks and host and make the resources unavailable for the clients. First, the attacker system is called zombie, and the system that is going to be attacked is called victim. If the attacker use multiple number of systems to attack an victim, then it is called as a zombie army. It is also called as botnet. In low-rate DDoS attacks, it is an intelligent form of attack other than DOS and DDoS, because the attacker sends in normal packets that contains low rate, so that it is very hard to identify whether it is an attack or normal attack. According to a latest research, they have identified that 10% of DDoS attacks has been taken place in last years, and 8% has increased in OSI layer 3 and 4, and China remains the home place for DDoS attacks. And in 2010, Myanmar there is an attack take place. For that, the country has been gone for an offline for more than a few minutes, and the average has been reduced from 26 to 70%. Some of the methods of attacks are consumption of source resources and consumption of confidential information, and physical destruction and alteration of network components. First, consumption of scarce resources. In this, network connectivity. In this, first, if a client or a server is to be communicated, they need to establish a connection. That is a TCP/IP connection. TCP/IP stands for Transmission Control Protocol. It is a set of rules. It is a full duplication communication. Both client and the server can communicate with each other at the same time, and it is also timeout retransmissions. First, if we want to communicate, first both want to establish a connection. The client that is to be communicated need to be send an request to establish a connection, that is SYN request. And the server, if the server is free, then it should authenticate for this and send acknowledgement for this connection, and it also sends a request to establish a connection. For this, the client need to send an acknowledgement. If the client is an attacker, he won't send an acknowledgement to the server. This state is called as an halfway connection. Since server use finite data structure, only a limited number of connections can be established at a time. So there will be a problem in establishing new connections. Data structure means effective way of organizing data in the computer. Some of the data structures are like tree, list, hash table. In tree structures, the data are organized in form of hierarchical formats, and in list, the data are organized in form of list that may be in ascending order or descending order, or in alphabetic numeric somewhat. And the third one is hash table. In this, the data are organized in key format. By giving the key format, it can point to the data groups. So if the acknowledgements are not sent by the attackers, the connection, there will be lot of halfway connection, and those connections cannot be used and so the new clients cannot be established, and there will be problem in the network. And the second point is using our own resources. The attacker use our own resources to attack ourselves. The host produce large number of packets at the same time. So the attacker use this to attack ourselves. The attacker use echo service and sends all the packet generated by the host to the same host and informs a network crash. If the host generate 4 requests, then this all are echoed and again transmitted to the same host. This will lead to problem. And in the bandwidth consumptions, the attacker sends a large number of empty packets, so the network is became high, and further the network traffic is increased and the network traffic became low. And in the consumption of other resources, the attacker used malwares, crashing the system, and logout time, and some tools. Malwares. In this, the attacker sends the packet with the attaching malwares, some like email bomb, Tarzan. Email bomb is a common one that is used. In this, if the attacker sends email bomb with the packets, the client will receive more number of spam mails that are not used for billing. It will become a huge problem if the clients reply to this mail. Then all contents from the clients are gathered, and the spam and the email bomb is sent to the client contents also. This will lead to large network problems. And the second one is crashing the system. Since TCP use only 62536 octet number of message as a maximum, if the attacker sends large amount of packet other than this, then there will be overload in the network, and there will be traffic occurs, and this will force the server to reload, and crash can be occur. And the next one is logout time. In some of the bank accounts, there will be limited number of logins and wrong logins. If an user is allowed to allow 3 times to make wrong attempts. If the 4th attempt takes place, the user's account will be logged out, temporarily blocked. By using this, the attacker sends very wrong information, and it causes all the users in the bank accounts and cause a temporary block for them, and this will lead to some problems. And physical destruction or alteration of network components. In this, the physical components like cooling stations, powers. If the servers are not protected with a secure, then the attacker attacks these systems and cause hardware problems. And the symptoms are given the major symptoms are given by USCERT, that is United States Computer Redundancy Team, that is a part of an NCRS. Its work is to release information about the security issues and vulnerable activities take place in the network. It is a part of NCRS. Its work is to work with the software vendors to provide solution for this security issues. Some of the major symptoms of unavailability of websites. Network speed will be reduced and dramatic increase in spammers inability to access the websites. Coming to the existing system. In the existing system, we use signature based metrics and anomaly based metrics. In signature based metrics, we use dictionaries. It is an storage of information about existing attacks. Existing attacks and their patterns. By comparing this existing patterns and algorithms, an attack can be easily identified and reduced. And in anomaly based metrics, the normal flow between the client and the server is identified. By comparing the normal flow with the network every time, we can identify whether it is an attack or a normal flow. But this too cannot be used because every day the attackers are using new approaches, so we cannot easily identify the new attacks. And in the proposed system, we use generalized entropic method and information distance matrix. In generalized entropic method, we calculate the redundancy in the data. Redundancy in sense non-randomness, inequality and lack of diversity. In information distance matrix, we calculate the distance flow between the normal flow and the attack flow. This is the system flow of our architecture. In this a router is a device that is used for routing. The main function of router is, if one packet is coming from a source, it reads the packet and identify the IP address and compare with the root table in it and transfer the packet to the next router or the destination. The function of router is, it has a routing function and then routing table. And then root function. If a packet arrives, the routing function reads the packets and compare the IP address with the routing table. If the IP is within the router's location, it directly transfers to the source destination. If not, it transmits to the nearest router. And in generalized entropic method, the entropy value is calculated, and in the information distance matrix, by the calculated entropy value, the distance between the normal flow and the attack flow is calculated, and the attack packet is discarded here itself. And in trackback analysis, by using the gathered information, the attacker IP is identified. There are 4 modules in the project that are generalized entropic method, information distance metric, collaborative DDoS attack detection algorithm, and IP trackback analysis. In generalized entropic method, we calculate the redundancy in the data. Redundancy means non-randomness, inequality, lack of diversity. In this, we calculate the uncertainty in the random variables. By adjusting those variables, we get better results can be gathered. And in the information distance matrix, by using the calculated entropy value, we calculate the distance between flow distance between the normal and the attack. Flow means the packets from different source. will have the same destination. If the flow varies or if the flow varies or the distance reduced, then this is identified as an attack, and an alarm is raised so that we can identify that it is an attack. And in collaborative DDoS algorithm, by this we can identify whether it is an attack or a normal attack, and using those information, the upstream router is used to discard the packet, and in the upstream router the information are gathered, and the information again transmitted to the nearest all routers, so that the routers identify whether it is an so that these routers can be aware of the attack, and further attacks can be prevented. Since this is done before the victim's router, the other networks can be protected easily. And in IP trackback analysis, we easily identify the attackers zombie or zombie army. For this, we are using PPM and DPM, that is probabilistic packet marking and deterministic packet marking. Probability distance marking is used to identify the zombie or zombie army within the ISP, that is the Internet Service Provider. This will be used for identifying only the local attackers, and deterministic packet marking is used to identify the attackers with the Internet itself. For this, we want to update all the Internet informations. And the main advantages of our project is we can identify yearly the attack, and discard the packets, so that the network traffic can be reduced easily. Thank you.